not neglect giving a tenth of your blessing. Good morning, elders and saints. Look, some of our Belizean brothers and sisters were affected by the recent wildfires, and they'll need our prayers and our generosity. For us, we're still in Genesis 14, and today our focus is on giving up a tenth of our blessings. Abraham did it in verse 18 of this chapter. It says, Then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out wine and bread. He was priest of God Most High, and he blessed Abram, saying, Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand. Then Abram gave him a tenth of everything. And if we believe, as others do, that Melchizedek was Jesus in human form, then Abraham gave God 10% of his blessings. Some believers follow his example, but some argue against paying tithes to the death. Thankfully, Jesus himself endorsed the practice of honoring God with a tenth. Matthew 6:20-21 says, But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. In Matthew 23:23, Jesus made it even plainer. He called the Pharisees hypocrites, scolding them and telling them they should have practiced justice and then mercy and faithfulness without neglecting the giving of a tenth of their spices. And the Bible mentioned mint, dill, and cumin. Of course, we don't have mint, dill, and cumin, but we have income, we have Social Security, we have all sorts of things that replace the mint, dill, and cumin he was referring to with the Pharisees. He repeated this exact same thing again in Luke 11:42. He said, Woe to you, Pharisees, because you give God a tenth of your mint, rue, and all other kinds of garden herbs, but you neglect justice and the love of God. You should have practiced the latter, right? The justice and love of God, without leaving the former, right? The giving up of the tenth undone. Effectively saying that they need to do both things. Pay the tithes, love God, and practice justice. The application for us is as plain as day. Even while we do everything else related to spiritual growth, we cannot neglect giving God the tenth. Amen. Amen.